teaching swim lessons through the Cougar Guard program that Mr. Pardon is in charge of. I think, this was my first experience having a real job, so learning to interact with the parents and be professional, learning how to interact with children and be relatable for them, but also just being a responsible person and working with my coworkers to get the job done well and effectively. I think that is something that will be very useful throughout my entire life.
Hi, I'm Erin Keller. I graduated in 2012 and I go to the University of Kentucky. And a good high school experience I had was the mock interviews we did in consumer ed, because I interviewed with American Hotel and then had an internship with their company for 4 summers after that.
Hi, my name is Sarah Lehman. I go to St. Louis University and I graduated from Vernon Hills High School in 2012. I think one of the best things about Vernon Hills High School is that it allowed me to take anatomy and physiology with Miss Day, who I love. And a lot of my friends didn't have that opportunity, and I got to go into college having already taken anatomy, having already dissected a bunch of animals, and it really helped me prepare for my human cadaver lab course. And then another thing that I loved about Vernon Hills High School was that I got to take the AP biology test, and I passed out of it for my freshman year of college. So I went in only having to take one science my first semester, whereas my friends had chemistry and biology and they really struggled with that. So it made my first semester a lot easier.
I thought that one thing that Vernon Hills did that was really great was have business classes. For example, I took accounting with Career, and I thought it was a great way to kind of get my feet wet in the industry and see what accounting is all about. And now I'm going to be working at Ernst & Young, so I could say thanks to Career for that one.
Hi, my name is Anya Waldhauer. I graduated in 2012. I'm a senior at the University of Kentucky, and I'll be working at PwC after I graduate. I think one of the best things about Vernon Hills High School was the opportunities it gave me and some of my fellow classmates in terms of AP classes. So I took AP Stats, AP Calc, and AP Macroeconomics, and I was able to come in to college with 13 credit hours, which put me almost a semester ahead. And so that allowed me a lot of wiggle room once I got to college to kind of feel out different majors and see what I really wanted to do.
And one useful experience for my time at VHHS was my experience in DECA. That was a really good way for me to get exposed to a bunch of different areas in business and kind of see what I might be interested in. That helped me really decide on marketing once I got to college. And if I had advice for current students, it would be get comfortable with public speaking, because whether you take speech class or participate in a club, you're going to have to do it a lot in college, so it's best to get over the fear early so that you're ready to go.
But even more so my senior year, getting to be Miss Jaffe's senior leader for dance. I learned more about myself as a person and a leader than I ever thought I could. I learned a lot about being able to work with people close to my age, but being in an authority position and doing that in a way that would be respectful but also effective. I think it taught me a lot about having my own personal strength and putting myself in a role of authority, but also putting behind my own personal needs and setting that aside for what the class needed.
I think the most meaningful experience in high school for me was being in choir. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that it wasn't actually being in choir itself, but more of the relationships that I formed with my peers and also my teacher, Mr. Little. I really do believe that good interpersonal relationships is the key to happiness, and it was really important for me to have the constant, amazing support from my classmates and teachers to pursue my endeavors. And this kind of support equipped me with the confidence and faith I needed to be successful in college.
Finally, I think the most important thing about my time at Vernon Hills was the relationships I formed with my teachers. I can honestly say that I would not be the person I am today if I had not met so many of the incredible people at Vernon Hills that I did. And honestly, right now, that is what I am missing the most at college, is the teachers and the relationships that I've formed with them. And yeah, thank you again to Vernon Hills and everybody that made my experience so great. I am so fortunate that I loved high school as much as I did, and so fortunate that Vernon Hills prepared me as well as it did to hopefully succeed in college now. So thank you.
That's all I have for you. Enjoy every second of high school. I think I'm like one of the few people at Northwestern who can look back at their high school experience and think, wow, like that was a really amazing time in my life. So I'm jealous of you all, but enjoy every moment and